so much. Next, I will be bringing my niece Kiana. She is an entrepreneur. She has been an entrepreneur for a very short time. She drives those big trucks that a lot of people probably scared to drive by. So I'm going to let her touch y'all.
I can't believe they got me up here after him. He done told us a whole movie. My story is nothing like his. I'm still in the trance. I need to come down from the high. I'm so amazed. I'm so... You did your thing. I'm so proud of you. Me? My name is Kiana. I am a truck driver. I've been truck driving off and on for the past 6 years. I just made it my first year in business as owner-operator. Planning on growing my business soon. Definitely, so I started off because I was tired of working for other people. I wanted to be my own boss. I told God what I wanted years ago, and He ain't make it happen. He made me suffer 6 years before I became that. But one thing about being your own boss is, what you learn is, like, I wanted to be my own boss so I can go to work when I want to, do what I want to, when I want to. Nobody tell me what to do, you know. Do what I want. Well, you're going to work so much harder, so much more, working for yourself. And coming from where I came from, I had parents. My parents were hustlers when we were kids growing up, so everything was given to me. I didn't have to work hard for nothing. I didn't value money. Financial literacy wasn't taught to me, so it was something I learned along the way that I kind of self-taught, because this bill due, call dad. This bill due, call mom. Together they make something happen. Even if I wanted to go out, I ain't got no kids. Dad, I need to borrow XYZ. Mom, I need to borrow. Now I got everything I need. I'll worry about the bills when I come back. Well, they'll worry about it. But it was bad spending habits, you know, and not being taught that. And, you know, because like he said, you don't know what your parents went through until you ask, you know, growing up, whether they have parents there. My parents, my mom died when my mom was 17, so I never had the grandparent feel. My dad, mom was kind of there, kind of not. So it was a lack of there. So parents, they did the best they could with what they had to raise me. So I'm just like, let me make my way, find my way. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Let me make my way, find my way, and here I am. I landed. But it didn't come easy. It came with failing. I failed everything that I did. I was like, dang, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm the first in my family now to have my own business and running lucratively over a year now and pushing towards more. Now they look at me, they come at me like, well, how do we do this? How do we do that?
Come on
now. And I'm like, I'm helping anybody. Anybody who asks me, I'm giving out free advice. I'm helping them. I'm walking them through it. I got so many trucker friends now that's either going to trucking school right now or on their way or just graduated from it, because right now, here in Ohio, they're giving away CDLs for free. You don't have to pay. When I went, I called myself moving out of town. I was in a relationship. I was tired of the relationship, moved out of town, kept the house, he paid the bills, but moved out of town and landed a job as a supervisor position. And I walked in the factory, and when I walked in, I'm like, it was like God just said something to me like, I thought you said you were done. Why are you here? They offered me a supervisor position, $22 an hour. I'm 24 years old. That's good money. So I'm like, dang. So I'm in there, I'm watching them work, and I'm like, this is like slave shit. Like, I feel like, even though all I'm doing is telling people what to do, I'm like, what are you doing here? And God was like, leave. I left. Walked right out in Columbus. I'm in Columbus, staying with my cousin. Walked right out and ended up on the phone with, I seen an ad about CDL. Ended up on the phone with them, and they were basically telling me that they will send for me to come to Indianapolis, pay for me to go to school, and I could drive for them, so it's an instant job right afterwards. So I'm like, what's better than that? I'll give it a try. I'm willing to try whatever. I'm trying to make good money, and that's the way. So I left Columbus, went to Indianapolis, went to truck driving school. Beautiful time. Met a lot of people, dorm. I never went to college. I went for a little bit, dropped out of college, dropout. Not proud of it. Kind of owe them people, but it's all right. College dropout, but now, like, so I'm here at this school. They're paying for me to go to this school. You know, truck driving school is like $5,000. I didn't have it. Mama ain't taught me how to get that. So I didn't have it. So now I'm here and almost done. I'm passing. I did everything right. Driving home, get a speeding ticket on the way home in my regular vehicle. Come back, calling my mama. Oh, I passed the test. I got the job. Da, da, da. Go to orientation. They pulled me out the classroom. It's like, hey, we can't hire you. I'm like, why? You got this on your record. It's a speeding ticket. And I'm like thinking it's the end of the world. I'm devastated because I worked so hard to get here. I put in the footwork. I done did the blood, sweat, and tears. I'm studying every day. We got this truck. A group of us, 10 of us lined up around the truck. We can name every single part on this truck in the engine from the outside to the trailer to the back. I knew it, you know? So now you're telling me I can't work. I'm a new student. I'm fresh out of school. How we going to do this? Like, but then there was a clause in there. If we don't hire you, you don't owe us no money. Blessing in disguise. Okay. So I'm like, okay. Like, I call my dad. I'm sad. Dad, come and get me. He's like, what? I'm all the way in Indianapolis. They won't hire me. I need a ride home. This, that. My dad didn't ask no more questions. He was on his way to come and get me. He came and got me. Talked this stuff. And we went home. And I ended up leaving, going to a different company. They took me on. But now I'm in the car with an owner-operator, which I know his position now because I'm an owner-operator. And his truck, power steering, don't work well. I'm a beginner driver, right? I got this 53-foot trailer behind me. You want me to back this truck up into spots, and you ain't teaching me and showing me what I need to do because you telling me the way I'm taught to hit the turns and the way you telling me that I got to do because your power steering is out is you telling me to give it gas and turn. And I'm like, dang, I give it gas and turn this, I'm about to wreck. What I do? I'm wrecking. Whole time I'm on the road, I'm hitting cars. I'm hitting cars, making turns. You know, you in the truck, car right here, I'm right here. I'm supposed to go out and make that turn. I can't turn like I'm in a regular car. But I had a trainer who's lazy. He let himself go over the road. You know, blessing in disguise as well. He let himself go over the road. He wanted to sleep while I'm driving, and I'm my first 2 days out on the road. So, car right here, stop. I'm turning. I turn like a regular car. My trailer snipped the truck, well, the car on the side of me. Didn't do no damage. They was okay, just a little scratch. That was the first one. Second time, I'm at the truck stop. He wanted to be back in the bed while I'm pulling off, and truck right here. He pulled up too far. I pulled up right here. Boom, I take his whole front end. I feel bad because he had a Peterbilt and it was nice. Like, he looked like he was a transformer and he was a black guy too. Like, and I'm like, dang, I was already looking at his truck. Like, man, that's a dope truck. Like, not thinking I'm about to mess it up. I'm about to take this truck out the game. Like, seriously. So, I go try to turn out, but he pulled up too far. And then the concrete slab right here, I can't jump it. It's a curve. I gotta jump it to make the turn. So I'm thinking in my head, we're not supposed to jump a curve, right? Right. So I'm gonna just turn and ride on the side of it, but it wasn't enough clearance. I take his whole front end off. And he gets out, he's upset. I'm scared to get out, telling my trainer, like, hey, you might want to handle that. He's like, no, you gotta get out and give him this. And he's trying to train me now, all of a sudden. Want to tell me what I need to do. He's trying to tell me what I need to do, and I'm telling him, like, man, I ain't about to tell this man on fire. You know what I'm saying? Him even explaining to him that I'm a trainee, I'm learning. He's not hearing it. His Peterbilt and he box, nice paint job on there, like beautiful truck, chromed out, and I'm like, dang. So I finally get out and give him my ID. He want to take the ID and hold it. And I'm like, no, just take a picture. You know, get my ID back. I don't know what he trying to do. He coming for me. So they fired me. That's the long story short. They kept me driving. He wanted me to keep driving with him just to get his money because he was collecting money off of me. Every mile that I drove, he got paid like he was the one driving. So it made him money. I was only making like $300 that week driving, training. So I got discouraged after that. I quit driving for a long time, probably about 3 years, because it was a scary experience for one, and then it was how I'm gonna redeem myself from that. Like now I'm fearful of the truck, fear. But we all know what fear is.
False evidence appearing real.
False evidence appearing real. So it took me out the game, but God was like, nah, 3 years later, like I said, He took a while. I'm glad you came through, but it took you a little longer than I expected him. But when He came through with vengeance. So now at this time, I'm back in Toledo, working factories, what I said I didn't want to do. Decided I'm done with factories still, let me go get into phlebotomy. So I went and became a phlebotomist. Okay, nobody want to hire a beginner phlebotomist, so I didn't get a job. I'm like, dang, they won't hire me, nowhere won't hire me. They want you to have experience. How do I get the experience? You gotta hire me. At this time, I see an ad for Red Cross. Now Red Cross, I'm like, they probably won't hire me either. I'm just a phlebotomist and I don't got no experience. But Red Cross got an ad that said, CDL Class A, driver phlebotomist. I said, oh, I got the CDL now. Must I remind y'all? I'm scared of the truck. So, I'm scared of the truck still. So, Class A CDL driver phlebotomist. I take on the job. I don't know how to back that trailer. So, they trying to teach me, like, you got the CDL. You know, no, I don't know. So, I'm trying to stretch and lie and say how much experience I got. Like, ain't working. But finally, I learned how to back the trailer because they showed me little methods. I'm backing the trailer. I'm drawing blood. But then I have a different calling. I'm like, I might as well go back to truck driving fully. Like, I gave up on this. You know, God made it where I worked for them for a couple of years and got up out of there. And now I got an opportunity to drive for real. Go back. I drive with night transportation. And everything was nice, you know. I got off. My dad ended up passing away. So I came back from over the road and everything. And just collectively try to gather myself together and never went back over the road because the pandemic hit. Pandemic hit. Now, I don't know about y'all, but if you wasn't hustling then, pandemic was your time. It was your time. And if you missed it, you missed it, you know. Chances ain't given, they take it. So, chances ain't given, they take it. So when opportunity, chances ain't given. They take it. You hear me? So you have to, when the opportunity not, you go. You know, you don't ask no questions. You're going to have people that say, no, don't do that. You're going to have the no-sayers and everything. You have to push through. I seen the opportunity. I slid through the crack. Started doing everybody PUAs. I wasn't doing PPPs. I let that opportunity pass me. I slipped up on that. Did PUAs. Okay? So by the time I did it, I'm like, I told you I had poor money management, right? The money was coming too quick. I'm like, dang, how did this happen? You know, money coming too quick. I'm blowing money, spending money. But something clicked and was like, I ain't gonna say something, God clicked and was like, hey, what you gonna do? You down to your last? You need to make something happen. What you gonna make happen? And I'm like, I'm gonna buy a truck. Now, I must remind y'all, the truck ain't my friend right now. Truck is not my friend. And the truck I was driving was an automatic. You know, and so that's easier than the manual stick. So I meet this guy on Facebook. He's selling the truck. I was going to get in the dump truck, but I stick with what I knew. But it's a manual. And I haven't drove a manual since over the road with the guy about 5 years ago. So I'm like, I'm going to buy this truck. I'm going to buy it. I buy the truck. I don't know how to drive it. I got everybody who was telling me, oh, I'm going to teach you how to. It's like riding a bike. You're never going to forget it. We're going to teach you. We're going to teach you. I get the truck. Have somebody drive with me to go get it, make them drive it because I don't know how to drive it. And now it's time to take off with this truck and nobody's around to teach me. I already got, see, well, the thing about the CDL, you don't have to, as soon as you put your application in, you got the job. You know that. As long as your record good, you got the job. So now I'm in a situation where I got the truck, I don't know how to drive it. It's a 10-speed manual. And I'm like, dang, I've been driving automatics the past couple of years. So I'm like, I'm going to have to teach myself. Good decision, but bad. I don't recommend it. Don't go that way. Like, please get somebody to teach y'all because literally, I hopped in the truck. I'm parking the truck at my house. At this time, I was in the heart of the hood on Norwood and Smead. I mean, yeah, I was in the hood. I was parking back there too. And and I hopped in the truck and I'm like, all right, worst case scenario, Kiana, stop wherever you at. Just don't hit nobody. If you're going to get hit. Don't do the hitting, okay? We're going to get paid that way. So I hop in the truck and I go to first, 2, 3, 4, 5. I forget the next gear because I got to bring it over. So guess what I do? I stop in the middle of the street, traffic, everything. I got to get back to the gear that I know, which is first. So basically, I taught myself how to drive the stick eventually. So it was a lot of, for months, I'm working a job and I'm stopping with trailers now. Like, I got to stop because I don't know what gear to go into. So I stopped. I finally discovered how to drive it and taught myself, and I'm owner-operator, and it just been successful ever since. But poor money management, financial literacy, that is something that we lack. We lack. That is very important. Like, yeah, education is important. You know, you can self-teach or you can go to college and learn, however. But if you don't know how to manage money, that's your starting grounds with business. Because you will lose it all. You can easily lose it all. And with trucking, that's what it is. But I have flyers and information if anybody wants to get into trucking or have any questions. I got them back there. My board is set up back there. You can check it out, pass them, grab a few of them, pass them to people because they're giving them out for free. All that information is on there. I even have my personal number if they want to contact me for any questions or just help along in the process. I've been reaching out and helping a lot of people. Like I said, I have a lot of people who now follow me and, you know, taking their initial steps into truck driving. Not necessarily owner-operators. I do recommend that you become a business owner and not be scared of the numbers because the numbers, the money you're going to make with this, it's not even, it's sick. You know, it's really sick. Like, you won't believe it. Like, I touched my first 6 figures this year. I never touched that, and I told you I have poor money management. And to be able to maintain and still drive, and even though my truck in this shop right now, and I plan on buying another one still, you know, and even with that, you learn that invest in yourself. The rest to come. You can't be scared to leave. You got to jump. So, check out back there once y'all get a chance to get up, grab the flyers, and good luck on y'all journey.